All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Calling our Committee on Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion meeting to order at 4:33. Let the record reflect that all council people are present. At this time, I'm looking for a motion to approve the February 6 minutes. We have a motion. Any changes or discussion? All those in favor of approving the February 6 minutes, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Public comment, looking around, I don't see anybody physically present in the room for public comment. And if anybody comes by chance, they will be welcome to speak. So our only discussion item besides other is to review and potentially place on file the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Advisory Board Rules of Procedure. Before we do that, I'm going to toss it up to our attorney, and she can explain just the law behind that.
Sure. So each advisory board per the charter is required to establish their rules of procedure. Per charter provision 5-105.8, an advisory board establishes their rules of procedure, sends it to the city attorney's office for approval as to form, which has been done here. Then the rules are transmitted to the city clerk so that the city clerk can transmit them to the city council. The rules per the charter shall be effective at the conclusion of the council meeting at which they are received unless the council directs otherwise. So in the event that there is some objection in whole or in part to the rules of procedure, council may return them to the board, with a written explanation of what the objections are. If you have no objections to the rules of procedure, then there's nothing additional you need to do. Just place them on file. They don't need to go anywhere outside of here.
Thank you. I may have missed it. Is this a one-time thing or any changes or?
Any establishment of the rules of procedure plus any changes to the rules. So I think in the past, the Board of Water and Light, for example, has changed some parts of their rules of procedure that came to council. There was some back and forth, things like that. So it's any change or newly established rules of procedure.
Thank you for that. And I noticed that we have a few special guests here. Kim Coleman and
Michael Hobson.
Excuse me?
Michael Hobson. Michael Hobson.
And Michael Hobson.
Yes.
Could you please share, anything relevant up to this? I know that there's a couple minor changes, and feel free to make comments.
That's good. First of all, I'd like to introduce Michael as our DEI officer. He started on yesterday, and he replaced his Guadalupe Ayala.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Michael will tell you a little bit about himself and answer your questions.
Well, I'm Michael Hobson, come to the table with 34 years of education and business experience. Just really looking forward to helping to move diversity initiatives here in the city of Lansing and helping to further the mayor's plan. Myself, I am a resident of Grand Rapids, but I've worked in Michigan State for 10 years, various acting positions there. One of them, I still have the $1,000 college program. And then from there, I transitioned to work in Grand Rapids with the European Industries, which was formerly called Sports Products Building Manufacturing Company last year. On their diversity initiatives and also HR recruiting for the business school and also recruiting for administrative and management staff. So come to the table, just ready to get to work, and hopefully we can take the things that you all are wanting to see move and kind of get those things moved, and try to see if we can help the city diversify itself and also make a more inclusive environment for people here in the city.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So it's not only what we want to see, but what the administration and the boards and everybody. But I'm sure.
When I say we, I'm talking about the city.
Yeah,
itself.
sure. You commute from Grand Rapids?
Yes, I live by exit 52 for 45 minutes, and I get here about 45 minutes. So by the time I get tired, I'm downtown Lansing. And I worked at Michigan State for 10 years, but it's not a
Good change.
not a big change.
All right.
Definitely those snag in their disappointments and dry cleaning, but other than that, I mean, it's just kind of you adjust it to your life or whatever. But the position was something really appealing to me, and I thought it was a good opportunity to take this transferable skill set that I have, be able to share with with the office.
Thank you. Looking forward.
Thank you for the opportunity to introduce myself. With regard to the loose water, we not too long ago got a loose water approved, but it was suggested by public comment that they be increased the time, increased from 2 minutes to 3 minutes. So the only change in our loose water, which you're looking at there, would be from 2 to 3 minutes.
Thank you. And help me remember, you all came before committee of the whole, was it? And had these originally approved
They were originally.
last year.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments?
No questions.
All right. You know, I can't say that I have anything. I do appreciate you coming up or down. Up, it would have to be for this. And I will entertain a motion to place on file, or do I not need a motion for that?
Yeah, just so we have it, in minutes.
I'll move to place on file.
All right. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
No further questions?
You may. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you so much.
All right, see you later.
Have a good night.
All right. So moving to our other topic here, and this is, I guess if there's anybody who ever listens to this, this is kind of an open solicitation for things that we can take up, whether it's now or later this year, things that might be actionable, things that might not be, any guests that we want to have. It's kind of like I really want to be on this committee because it's kind of a general thing that we can tie things into. So not to put anybody on the spot, but if you have anything you want to talk about now, we can bring it up. And if not, we can just continue to think about it. And if something comes up, we can get it on the agenda before our next meeting.
Do we, is there a schedule report out for this board or any communication between? Jerry?
You can finish the question, and then I have an answer.
Okay, well, please go ahead.
I was just gonna let you know that in November of last year, the chair of the committee did come to this committee and they provided what they've been doing so far. They talked about what their themes for their goals were, like justice and safety, economic development, resources, sustainability, community sustainability. They talked about if their meetings were open to the public, where they were held, just everything that they've been working on since they were originally established, because if you look at the history, they were established and it took them a while to get enough members to get going. So they were invited to come back in the future, but at that point, obviously, as you know, the committee changes every year.
Right.
So that would be something, if you guys were interested, they came in November of last year, if you wanted to create a quarterly schedule with them. You know, come again, and I could reach out and invite them to the meeting in April. I could invite them to the meeting in May, or, you know, if you wanted to before the budget's adopted, or it doesn't matter, you know, just, but they have been in here for, yes, that exact reason.
Okay, I would like an April update just to understand what they've been working on since the new year began and since November prior to that.
Sure, and it would give us a chance to, you know, have any budget-related questions, even though it's kind of late in that process, but still, it might help us for what we decide on our votes.
How often did they come last year?
They just came in one time by the time because they originally, that was right about the time, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think their rules came through their committee about September, October, something like that, by the time it went through their committee, then came to us, and then, so they just once.
Sorry, it took a little bit of time to get the board populated as well, so that was rude. You know, getting them, they are fairly new, newly established advisory.
I would also add, once those two positions are potentially
feel with someone from First Water at large, having to come just to the introduction of those two seats, and that's something else.
Well, actually, you guys will do those appointments.
Right.
Yeah, so once something gets referred, this is the committee it would come to.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so you'll see them, you'll make the decision and the recommendation for the appointment, so.
I think it would be a good idea to have that regular contact because it would still encourage them and us, but that or to, oh, we have to meet with council and have everything ready.
I would also like to, in the future, invite Michael Hobson to, if there's anything to report on or update with the work that he's doing with the city. I think that would be great to just have like an open invitation for him to join these meetings and, get information, whatever that report looks like, or.
That's a good idea.
Did you want to do the same meeting April 10th? Or do you want to wait until May where he's been here, being that he just started like 2 months in and?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, May will work. Okay.
Anything else under other to talk about today?
Were there any outside agencies that you wanted to invite? Lots of times, being that you're gonna meet once a month, it would be something, school district DEI or CATA DEI or the library or the,
I think that would be,
any outside agencies?
I know Ingham County has a DEI officer and the city and the county often partner on items, so it'd be interesting to see, what, if any efforts are combined or what do they have in common, and just.
Where can we help them? Where can they
Exactly.
help us? So that's the Ingham County DEI officer, employee person. Do you know that person's name?
I do. Her name is Felice, Feliz. Last name is Rodriguez.
There's a strong chance the email is F. Rodriguez.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Feliz, if you watch this meeting.
Only official business.
Yes.
All right.
So we're looking at basically a discussion with the county on mutual assistance, mutual aid, possibly working together on possibly maybe stuff that they have established that maybe we don't yet. Okay.
Anything else under other? All right. Well, seeing nothing else, and since there's no public here to comment, we are adjourned at 4:46.